Okay, the Rams 53-man roster has officially been announced. I'm not going to talk about any of the starters or guys with established roles who made the team because we already knew that was going to happen. Instead, I'm going to talk about some players who were on the bubble, on the fringe during training camp and preseason, and some results that I am happy with and some results that I am not happy with. So let's get right into it. First off, I'm really happy to see that Sean McVay secured a roster spot on this team. I saw that coming when he did not appear in the third preseason game, but now it's official, and congratulations to him. This guy is a dog, a very good player, and he's going to help out this defense as a role player. He is yet another undrafted free agent gem that Les Snead and Sean McVay found and developed. Personally, I am very surprised that no team selected him at all in the first 7 rounds because he has such an accomplished college career, but he did go to a small school and he is a bit undersized, so some teams decide not to draft him. And lucky for us, we were able to pick him up as an undrafted free agent, and I believe he's going to have a long, successful career in the NFL. Another thing I'm happy about is that we finally cut Darion Kendrick. I know he missed all of last season with an ACL tear, but he did play significant snaps in 2023, and he was a huge liability for us on defense. He kept getting burnt nonstop in coverage, and he drew way too many costly penalties at the worst time. Rather than just keep him around, it's better that we just cut him loose and move forward. And now to get into some things that I am not happy about. And there's a lot here, so bear with me. First off, I'm really disappointed that safety Tanner Ingle, cornerback Cam Lampkin, and running back Cody Schrader did not make the 53-man roster. I thought all three did enough to secure the final roster spots on this team. However, this roster is loaded top to bottom in basically every position, and unfortunately there just isn't enough room for these 3 guys. Any other year, they might have made the team, but this year, with how much depth we have, and how good our starters are, and just the whole roster being stacked, there just wasn't enough room, it appears. Hopefully, we can get these guys back on our practice squad, but unfortunately, I think other teams will be interested in their services. I'm also really disappointed that the Rams did not keep offensive lineman Willie Lampkin. I understand he got hurt in the second preseason game, but he was doing a phenomenal job before then, especially being severely undersized, and I still would have given him a roster spot even with his injury, just because I know he will be available later on in the season. However, the Rams decided not to keep him, and unfortunately, I think he too will get picked up by another team, but hopefully we get lucky and we can secure him back on our practice squad, but time will tell. And now, what I am most pissed off about, and I have a feeling that many of you watching know where I'm about to go with this, and that is that 5th round rookie inside linebacker Chris Paul Jr. was released, and Troy Reeder was instead given a spot on the 53-man roster. This absolutely makes my blood boil. The entire Rams fan base hates Troy Reeder. He is such a liability, and he is awful. But yet somehow he always secures a roster spot on this team every season, and no other team in the NFL is ever interested in him. I understand that Chris Paul Jr. entered training camp with an injury, and his development maybe has been a little slower than the team had hoped during the preseason, but he is a rookie after all, and he has way more upside than Troy Reeder does. We know what we're getting with Troy Reeder, and it's not good at all. At least Chris Paul Jr. has some positive upside, has a higher ceiling, and I just feel like we should have given him more time than just a couple of months on this team, and I am very concerned that a division rival of ours is going to pick him up. I'm convinced that Troy Reeder has some dirt on Les Snead and or Sean McVay. I can't prove it, but that is the only reasoning I can think of for why this guy is still on the Rams roster. Because he's certainly not sticking around for any abilities that he has on the field. So he must be blackmailing somebody with a high-level position in this organization. That is the only reason I can think of. Now, Troy Reeder is not going to be a starter on this team, thankfully. The starting inside linebackers will be Nate Landman and Omar Speights. Okay, cool. Those guys are very solid. Plus, Sean Dolak will likely be the first guy off the bench to fill in for those guys if there's an injury or anything like that. So Troy Reeder is simply a third stringer, bottom of the depth chart. So hopefully we never see him on the field whatsoever. But the fact that he is even on this roster just pisses me off so much. Moving on from the Troy Reeder, Chris Paul rant. As a whole, this Rams 53-man roster is absolutely stacked everywhere from the starters to the established role players, even the lower level depth players. This team is loaded. The coaching staff is stacked and ready to go. So I'm very excited for the start of the season in less than 2 weeks. If any of the guys who got cut end up back on the practice squad in the coming days, I will let you all know. But in the meantime, let me know your thoughts on all this. And as always,